Alright, so I got you here just to make a little announcement. Start you off. There's going to be 2 changes I'm going to be making to things that I mod going forward. They're very small changes. Now, before I show you, I want to see if you can figure it out. Let's see. Alright. Let's see if you can figure this out. Here's a label. Here's a pedal I modded, the one I just showed you with the whole modding with the knife thingy. Yeah. Notice anything different about this label? I mean, yeah, you probably do. So what I'm going to be doing is, the labels traditionally have just been, flat, rectangles cut out. But going forward, I'm going to give this little, French fry-like design to the cuts. You may not like it, you may do like it, but this is what they're going to be like from now on. They're going to have these little French fry cuts to them. So that's how I'm going to do it. That's a small change. But the big change I wanted to say is I'm going to move from doing... I've done what almost nobody does. Hold on, let me see if we can focus this. Does this even want to focus? Alright, you see how that's one solid piece of copper? A single core, I think you call it single core wire. Most people, when they mod gear or just build electronic instruments, they don't use single core wire. I mean, if it's a really small piece and it's going to be stuck in a fixed position, it doesn't really matter, like something like that. But, let me just show you, like, just for example, this. See how flexible this is? And this just, like, stays stuck in this position. Well, that's maybe not a good example. Look at these wires. I don't know if you can see that. But they're pretty just flexible. Yeah, that's not a good example either. But anyways... most wire used in electronic equipment is multi-core. So there'll be a few little strands, a few little wires inside the big wire. What this does is makes it more flexible, and because of that, it's less likely to actually break your solder connection, because it'll be more free moving and it won't be subject to shocks undoing the solder job or anything. So I do love the solid core wire because, it's just, I don't know, it's just what I've used. But I'm going to be moving to the multi-core wire because it's going to be better for the longevity, and also it'll just make the soldering more secure. So yeah. It's not that using single core is bad, it's just a lot harder to use. You need more solder. It can go bad a lot easier when you're doing it. It's just more work. So yeah, this little keyboard right here, what it is, I'm going to keep a surprise. But this little keyboard right here is going to be the very last thing that I use single core wire on when I mod. And I'm going to go to the multi-core. Now, if, some people, have contacted me to make certain things. They're like, hey, I got this pedal. Can you do something crazy to it? And if I'm modding something for you, and if you want me to use single core, I will. But if you don't ask or don't specify single core, it's going to be multi-core wire. which is going to be better. Basically the only good thing about, well, not the only, but one good thing about the single core is there's less like surface area, so there's less, I don't know, you're just getting, I don't know. Well, besides all the signal stuff, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but if the wire does somehow get moisture on it and it corrodes, a single core wire will be easier to clean than one that's a whole bunch of little wires stranded together that might all corrode together and just disintegrate. But that's a very just oddly specific case. And if something had got that much moisture in it to begin with, you're most likely your pedal or keyboard is going to be fried anyways. So yeah, there's not really many benefits to using the single core in electronic instruments, unless it's placed in a way that it's never ever going to move, and that you won't have to worry about the shocks. But yeah, using multi-core is safer, and that's why we're going to multi-core. Yeah. I would have already made my demos of the other pedals, but as you can see, there's no computer monitor right here. It's a pain using it on my TV. My new computer monitor, if everything goes correctly on Amazon, says it should be delivered tomorrow. So tomorrow I can start making those demos for you. We have a few pedals we're going to make a demo of. And Synthpunk wanted me to make a demo of the Mofo module that he sent me. So we'll do a demo with that. I don't know which order the videos are going to come out, but they'll be coming out, let's see, it depends. If I get my monitor early tomorrow, then you'll probably see the first demo tomorrow. But if I get my new monitor late tomorrow, then you should see the first video the next day. But those videos will start rolling out. And I know I said it, I'm like, the next video is going to be the demo, and I keep putting out other videos. No, this literally is going to be the last video before you see a demo. So there'll be a few rolling out. And if y'all like that weird fuzz that I showed you that I modded, the purple one, and called it the Stutter Muffin, that is for sale if any of y'all want it. And yeah, and more of those tapes for charity are available. We've sold a few every month so far. This has been the only month that none have sold, so yeah, hopefully at least one sells, because every bit of the money for that goes to Project South, except for the $2.50 or so it is for the shipping cost. Everything else goes to Project South on that. And as you know, all modded gear, 10% of profits go to charity, 5% to Mental Health America, and 5% to Defenders of Wildlife. Now, there might be a little bit of confusion when I say it's 10% of profits. It's actually a little bit more, because let's say like I bought a keyboard for $50, modded it, sold it for $500, just as an example, and I got paid blah blah blah, and say Reverb ended up only paying me $400. So my profit amount would be $350, right? That would be actually my profit, but I'm not taking it from the actual profit. I'm taking it from the gross sum that Reverb's paying me. So even though my profit would be $350, I'm deducting that 10% out of the $400 or whatever Reverb pays me, the raw amount. So it's, going to be a little bit more than 10%. Yeah. So yeah, that's an update. Old style, new style. I wish I had a multi-core wire near me to show you. Here, this one's multi-core, but it's a bad example. Think of your phone cable, how like it just flops around. It's multi-core. It's not just a regular multi-core. It's more complex than that, but it's still a multiple of wires inside. It's more flexible than a single wire that. See, look, we can just bend this and it stays in shape. You see, when you bend your phone charger wire, it doesn't just stay in shape like that. This type of wire is not the best for using with mods, as I've told you, but yeah. And that's why we're moving on from it. So, if you ever, all the old gear I made is gonna have the flats, just the flat sticker and the single core wire. All the new stuff, we're going to multi-core and French fry cut. Yep. Alright. Well, see you guys in the next video. And yeah, check out the shop. There's a few things in there if y'all are interested. Yeah. This is going to be in there too. I just got to make a demo of it. And that's really all there is to say. Yeah. All right, see you guys.